Hello there, I'm Boo, or Jamie, and I like drawing, maximizing my hours in all the Pokemon games to find shinies, and I like to complain about lore in World of Warcraft.
The great Cataclysm has shattered more than just the world. War Chief Thrall, arguably the most powerful living shaman, has left his people behind so that he might stop the Cataclysm at its source. Yet in his absence, the Orc champion Garrosh Hellscream has become the Horde's new war chief. Though popular amongst the Orcs for his victories against the Lich King, Garrosh's reckless leadership has begun to cause a rift between himself and the other leaders of the Horde. With Durotar's natural resources nearly depleted, Garrosh seeks to take whatever his people need to survive, regardless of who stands in his way. A dangerous new era for the Horde has dawned, and it falls to brave Orcs like you to uphold the will of the new war chief and assure the dominance of your people.
Ay. Alright, let's first clear all of this up. Much better. Alrighty! Hello, and welcome to a new episode on the channel. As you can see, today we are in the desert, baby. Or rather, in the barren lands of Durotar. Yeah, I did it. I created a Shaman. If this is going to be my super new main for the new expansion, who knows? As I've already mentioned in my last video, I thought about creating her in the remix, but the thing is, I looked at the Dragonflight sets for Shamans, and man, I kinda want this set. And also, gotta say, you know, usually big Dragonflight hater, but this is gorgeous. And I can't even say anything bad about the Walls of Incarnate set. And sadly, and I looked it up because I couldn't really believe it, but yeah, this character wouldn't be free from Pandaria Remix until the end of Pandaria Remix, which is in 3 months, which is, I think, when the new expansion launches, so nope, can do. So here we are, and for today, I invite you to level up from 1 to 10 with me with the worst class, in my humble opinion, to do that with. But first, honestly, we need to do something about our appearance, because we look gorgeous, but this outfit? Already said it last episode, this generic equipment that they just slapped onto every single class with one change a couple of patches ago, I hate them. I hate them with a passion. I want the old ones back, or I want reworked ones that fit with the races and with the classes better. Because this might be fit for a human hunter, and even then it's kinda boring, but for an orc, please. Well, we're gonna see each other again when I look pretty. I really gotta say though, seeing this account gear, that really brings back memories, man. These shoulders were one of the first account gear pieces that I bought in Wrath of the Lich King, and I was so proud of them. Alrighty guys, we are back as if nothing ever happened, and we're looking sexy as all hell. I tried to, you know, play it cool with the transmog for now because we are level 1, but you know, I still wanted to look pretty. And now, no one can say anymore that I am not a real Horde player because I only play pretty elves, because nah, play all of the Horde races, alright? I love them all. I mean, the Horde was my initial home in WoW. I started as a Horde player, and during Wrath of Lich King I played absolutely no Alliance. I had one Alliance character that was only there to spy on the Alliance should they ever invade Orgrimmar, and that was basically it. And here you can already see the true reality of me claiming that Shaman is the worst class to level up. And now you say, oh Boo, don't you even worry, you just got Primal Strike, you don't have to cast anymore. Yeah? Oh yeah, because Primal Strike is so amazing. Ah damn, Primal Strike. Love that ability. Look at me, just primal striking. Bam! This mottled boar, and this one as well. You guys don't even know what's happening to you. Oh, guys, and in case you think, you think that this is going to get better. Nope. Until level 10, Shaman is the most miserable class to level. Actually, back when you still had to send yourself your account gear on a character and you couldn't just create it from like this collection tab, creating a Shaman Pandaren and leveling on your own through the Isle, that was rough, buddy. Because you had no gear, so no stats. And you could only use like the freaking lightning bolt that had like a super slow casting speed. And on top of that, sometimes you had a flame strike. And since you had no stats and nothing at all to help you out, you were just standing there casting and hoping that the enemies would die before you die. Spoiler alert, sometimes that simply didn't happen. So smart cookies like me always tried to get a friend to level along with you. And And now we are just blazing through the Valley of Trials, which is the starting zone of the orcs and also used to be the starting zone of the trolls, actually, before they got relocated to the Echo Isles with the release of Cataclysm. And for many players, and myself included, this was the first that you ever saw of World of Warcraft. And man, this music, this makes me so nostalgic. Just running through the Valley of Trials gives me like this very... I just like it so much. It's just home. It's just where the heart is in a way. And I know that I say that about a lot of old places in WoW. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing this game so long, I kind of grew up with it, so obviously a lot of the old places feel a little bit like home to me. And while we're gathering cactus apples like we have been doing this for generation of orcs that have been created in the Valley of Trials, I can quickly tell you what I'm wearing here, because this transmog set is basically just a replica hunter set from the Darkmoon Fair that I've already talked about in many episodes. You can get this one for a lot of Darkmoon prize tickets on the Darkmoon Fair, duh. And the weapon I'm wearing is, honestly, I think that is a random drop from somewhere in the world. And the eye patch is a quest reward, also somewhere in the reworked Cataclysm world, I'm pretty sure. It's not a crazy transmog, but it's available at level 1, and I don't think it makes me look too crazy, but also we don't look poor, which is very important, because we ain't. Alrighty, let's hand in these few quests that we've already done. Here are your apples. Very delicious indeed. And also, I killed a few humans, like any good respective Horde member should do every now and then. And wait, someone wants our attention. Ah, Foreman Tezrel, huh? Oh. Okay, for now he just wants us to take care of some lazy peons, but I know that soon he's gonna send us into a small little cave. I think all of these quests are very much famous. For example, with these lazy peons, you have to wait for them to actually become lazy, because that one over there right now is working, so we can't bonk him since he's not, you know, sleeping. But we're gonna find someone lazy, and yeah, so what you can choose as a shaman to do is either use Lightning Bolt for 10 million years, because the cast is still so long, or you do a combination of like Flame Strike and then hitting the enemy over and over again with your Primal Strike. So yeah, really fun. You know, just a fun old class. Just really, you know, sometimes I think like these first 10 levels are what people experience in a class, right? So shouldn't like these first 10 levels also be really cool and drive home the point of a class really well? And I know I'm being very nitpicky here, and I know that many people just jump over these levels and don't care at all, but I mean, again, it's kind of a game with a subscription fee, which is very outdated in my humble opinion. So I think I have a right to be nitpicky. Oh, hey, that guy is lazy. All right. You know what's coming. My favorite sound in World of Warcraft. Hiya. Yeah, you're not allowed to be sleepy. Let's just ignore the fact that these people probably don't get paid. Whatever. Lightning Bolt. Pew! That one is also lazy. All right. Let's run. Let's hope he won't wake up before we get there, because that can happen. That's very annoying. Hiya! Oh, wait. Oh, that one is also asleep. But I really want to put in dialogue. All right. Stay asleep. There you go. So, yeah. Us. Once again, leveling again, huh? Never really happens. Happens quite often. Oh, do you think he's gonna go lazy on us? I kind of doubt it. Oh, you slept at the wrong time, dearest Peon. Hiya. I won't leave you alone. I mean, now I'm gonna, because I'm done. I won't ever bonk you over the head again. Very sorry for that one. I'm really excited to see if I like Shaman life. I mean, I like their style, I like the sounds, I like most of their spells, I like especially Enhancer, but I'm also not above playing Elemental. Although I gotta say, you know, the meaty life is, in my humble opinion, the better life than the caster life, so there is that. Unless you're a Shadow Priest and can just dot everything, of course. But hey, as always, I'm happy that you guys kinda have to tag along with me to find out if we like this or not. And here's the first of many, many totems we're going to get. And full disclosure at this point already, I might at some point use one of my free race changes that I still have on my account to change her from a normal orc to a mega orc. Not because I think mega orcs are very superior to normal orcs, quite the opposite actually, but as I've already mentioned in one of my other videos, female orcs for some reason are insanely loud in melee combat. And I don't think that has changed since I last played a female orc. Alright, we have to kill a few vile familiars. I remember these guys were already the first mobs that were aggressive in the Valley of Trials, and these little guys, man, they took me apart when I started this game. And also I did not really understand aggro ranges, so I just ran towards this cave and then just, all of these guys descended upon me and I was dead within a few moments without really realizing what had happened to me. Or now that I look at it, were these guys already... I think they were aggressive, right? And not only the Fellstalkers. Man, I mean, it's been a really long time. They changed that with, I think, Cataclysm. I think with Cataclysm, they reworked all the starting zones and made it so the starting zones are not that deadly. A change that I think is alright. Alrighty, Hanazua, tell me what's the problem. Ooh, big scary scorpion, huh? Well, don't you worry, those are my specialty. When I started this game, I started with the troll rogue and she had the attack button, like the button for toggling attack on and off, like the auto attack thing. She had this one in her action bar and I just, clicked it over and over again, and just like my dearest Malric over here, I stopped attacking all the time because I did not understand that if you click it again, then, you won't attack anything anymore. So that was fun. And we're gonna go back and get a few more quests. And this time we're gonna go into the cave that we just saw when we killed a few of these fiends. Because in there, a member of the Burning Blade, I think it is called, if I remember my vow lore correctly. They have nestled in there and they're a nuisance all over Durotar actually. And there was actually a neat little quest chain that you had to do before Thrall, back in the days when he was War Chief, would give you a quest that would send you into Ragefire Chasm, the little dungeon underneath Orgrimmar. And I remember really liking that quest chain. I know that it took you all over Durotar and you had to kill a lot of secret cult members, and it really drove home this point of, yeah, we're trying to battle our former Fellblood addiction and we're trying to find our place in the world, but there are definitely a lot of people, and especially orcs, that are still trying to hang on to the old ways and are not really up to, doing this whole blood and thunder and honor thing. And I felt like that was a really good representation of, well, what the Horde used to be, before Blizzard just thought, oh, how about we just make the Horde into the enemy every single expansion? Wouldn't that be nice? Now let's very, very slowly make our way through this cave by casting at every single mob. Let's pick up this very famous axe that I definitely died a few times when I tried to get this for the very first time with my very first character. And let's follow this little stream, because down there is Yarok Baneshadow, and Yarok Baneshadow was also definitely a mob that was aggressive towards you. And really nice detail that he is casting Felfire, that is also green at us. And here we have the Burning Blade Medallion. Oh, it doesn't have a flavor text. Alrighty, well, I think this is proof that the cult is active here. So let's head back and get a little bit of experience. Also, while I just sorted this Blood Fury, which is a racial for the orcs, I had another of these dawning moments. Okay, this time I literally just realized it, unlike with the with the Holy Wheel of Judgment on my paladin. This is not the icon for an eye, huh? No, that's not an eye. I always saw an eye there. I always saw a very sleepy eye and was already wondering what in the hell that has to do with Blood Fury. But that is a screaming orc, huh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is a screaming orc. Oh no. Oh no, okay. Yeah, now that I look at it with my head tilted to the right a little bit, I can see the teeth. Well, that's a mystery cleared up. Honestly, I always saw an eye. I saw like an eye and a face, and the eye is like looking a little bit, a little bit snoozy. That's not the case, huh? Oh no. Well, anyway, let's report to Sen'jin Village, shall we? We're done with the Valley of Trials. We have passed our trials. We are victorious. We are so cool. We're so strong. I was already wondering what kind of NPC is standing here, but that's another player. This music, this starting zone, so nostalgic. There's just something so soothing about this. Also this music. That's something I really miss in, let's say, later installments of the WoW soundtrack. There's seldom really something that is mostly just sounds and vibes. Like, most of it always has like a very intense theme, and at parts it gets very dramatic, and it doesn't really have this very simplified thing going on that especially older WoW music has. Oh Jesus! Ha! I forgot that I have kill them all active. Okay, I think for now I will just disable that. I thought I was like in a call with someone or something. What was I talking about? Vibes, calm music, exactly. Let's pick up all these quests. Ooh, we got our first weapon enchantment because, as you probably know, and if you don't, I'm about to tell you, the Shaman has a very special thing where you enchant your own weapons. I mean, it's not like an enchantment. As you can see, I still have Masterful Navigation, but this is more like a weapon oil, so to speak, or like one of these runes that you can now put on your weapons again. And it's very important that you put them on your weapons because a bunch of stuff that is connected to your abilities are tied to them, obviously, as it is the case with stuff like that. And as you know, I am absolutely addicted to skilling professions as much as I am to leveling. And the professions I was looking at for this character would be very obviously and very fitting leatherworking and skinning, since I decided that maybe I can't bore you all the time with engineering. Oh yeah, here we have never trust a big barb and a smile. Oh yeah. This quest just screams Cataclysm. Alright, what we need to do is we need to fight against these clattering scorpions, and we need to wait for them to use envenom, and while they're using that, we have to have one of these totems active, because then that one gets absorbed and we get points for our quest, or we don't, because the totem literally disappeared in the moment that the scorpion was done casting, huh? Alright, that's of course also fine. Alright, you come here and you come here and bow. Now do your thing, guys. Yeah, very nice. Bam and bam. Alright. Much better. Until Cataclysm, most classes just had the standard totems from the Tauren, which the Tauren are still using, by the way. But with Cataclysm, every race got their own totems. And that's also maybe a reason why I would at some point change to a Mega Orc, because I think that their totems look a lot cooler than the totems from the Orcs. I mean, you know, this is not bad, this is cool, but I think it's a little bit boring. I think there could be more, but that's just me. I bet there are people out there who think that is the ultimate totem, and that's absolutely fine. Alright, do we have another scorpion to give us their venom? Nah. Alright, let's first kill some humans until they have respawned. Alright, one is walking backwards and one is walking forwards. Guys, I don't know if that is how it's supposed to go. The good thing about these guys is that they have absolutely no life whatsoever. So we can just use our Primal Strike. And actually, I gotta say, there's at least one thing that they changed which makes the leveling of a Shaman from 1 to 10 a little bit more enjoyable. Primal Strike doesn't make you go anymore. Yeah, this spell used to cost so much mana and your mana regeneration was so bad that you would simply go on a normal mob. So they do get killed by the crate falling on top of them, huh? Well, ain't that convenient. Alrighty, any scorpions? Scorpions. Scorpions are in high demand. There is a clattering scorpion. Alright, come here, my friend. Let's put down this. And now let's end you with... Alright, not with one lightning bolt, but with a lightning bolt and a good smack. You know, it's kinda lame that my eye patch is so far removed from my eye that if I look at it from a different angle, I can just see my eye. Like this, it looks like I'm wearing glasses, like secretary glasses. This didn't used to be the case. They used to be very flat on your head, but Yeah, they break this over and over again all the time. For a time, the head of Illidan looked very weird on female humans because you were basically just blinking over them and it looked a bit stupid. And it took them, I think, 2 patches to actually fix that. And then they probably broke something else again. So yeah, always fun times with head transmog in World of Warcraft. Also, I am so ready to maybe get a few more buttons to press that also, you know, are a bit more effective on enemies. I know it's gonna take some time. Shaman is definitely something to level in the lower levels. And again, I know, it's because it's a low level, and Blizzard doesn't care for low level, but imagine they would. I actually thought about leveling this character in the Mist of Pandaria remix for you guys, partly because I obviously have to do it because there are simply way too many transmog items in there for me not to do it. Thank you very much, Blizzard, for that one. And also because so many of you have been asking if I could do it. The thing is, apart from the obvious reason that I want my sets from Dragonflight, and I can't really do that with a character that is stuck forever in the past, I also really gotta say that the Mist of Pandaria remix still, well, it pisses me off a little bit, because obviously one can hope that this is a test run and that at some point they will add this to the real game. But I really hope that they not only add this to the real game, but that they rework the leveling experience of the Chromie time walking in a way that makes it more close to the remix, because I've been wanting this change forever, that you can actually level through an expansion and don't have to dare the moment when you hit level 60 or level 70 very soon and have to leave the expansion, even though the game promised you to get the full experience of an expansion, which is an absolute lie, as you know if you've ever leveled a little bit in Chromie time walking. And also it would be such a blast if there was a mode like the remix one where you can just gather a lot of cool transmog and mounts while you're still leveling. It would make, first of all, leveling interesting again. It would also make leveling a part of the game again and not everything so gosh darn end content related. And it would also make so many people so excited about leveling, no? I mean, of course, I also have people in my friend list that just completely blazed through the Mist of Pandaria experience and farmed frogs for the past few days just to get all their stuff done, and that is absolutely fair. But I know that a lot of people would probably also be very happy to finally be able to experience these old expansions that they missed. And I don't think that classic is always the answer to everything, you know? How about we also add some stuff into the actual retail game, you know? The active game that we pay a monthly subscription for. I know, how dare I? That is so rude. Actually, it's not really rude. And actually, let's get out of here. Let's enjoy this little ride over Durotar, shall we? And we have arrived in Razor Hill. And here a few more quests are waiting for us. Some of them still continuing the Burning Blade storyline that we started in the Trial of Valley, of course. And some of these quests have been reworked with the Cataclysm, of course, partly because there is now water in Durotar, which didn't used to be the case, apart from a little stream that runs beside Orgrimmar. And now also, let's see, there should be a profession trainer here in Razor Hill, because I think they added one into all of these first little towns that you come to as a new character. So let's see. Aha! Runda. Alright, I want to learn a gathering profession. Teach me some skinning. I love that she still says that we need a skinning life, something that you do not need anymore. And let's also just learn leatherworking. Bam. Pew, 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 pew. Dabu indeed. And I think, yep, this is your typical flight to the main city, so you can already see the main city quest. So let's also do that real quick. That's a very impressive view of Orgrimmar. I gotta say, I miss the old Orgrimmar, so the pre-Cataclysm Orgrimmar, but I also like the new one. Well, the new one. To call something that got added in Cataclysm new is also just showing my age, I think. But to me, this will always be the new Orgrimmar. If I had one bone to pick with the, in quotation marks, a new Orgrimmar, it would definitely be that this would just be how the architecture of the Horde would be like for the next, well, what do we have now, 15 years? Like everything is always red and spiky. That is just the Horde aesthetic and there is nothing else. And now also, before I forget to buy this again for the next 30 levels, let's quickly pick up the Comfortable Riders barding. If you don't know, they added mount equipment for your mounts, and depending on what you want for your mount, you can buy a piece of mount equipment on the auction house or also from a few fractions. And even though I usually love to just be able to walk on water, something that they took away from the water strider and put into the mount equipment tab, I nowadays usually always buy the item so I can't get dazed off my mount, which definitely saves me a few headaches. I mean, this is just the Hellscream, the Garrosh Hellscream aesthetic, and it has been dominating the Horde forever now, and I really wish we could have moved a little bit past it and also include maybe all the other races of the Horde. But, I mean, Blizzard being very binary when it comes to portraying a fraction, let alone a race, is, you know, is nothing new, sadly. Also, I think I want a macro for Healing Surge, so I can also cast it on my allies. Ta-da! And I still can't ride. I don't know why I keep pressing my short key for riding, even though I'm not level 10 yet. Boom! Level 9. And now we have our next little special Shaman buff, which is the Lightning Shield. Also very important, especially if you do stuff on your own. Yeah, sure. Let's go down here and kill some more humans. After all, these are our lands. Alrighty, Northwatch Sharpshooter. Time to die. I mean, don't worry, it will take me some time to actually kill you, because I'm a shaman below the level of 10. My abilities are not the grandest, but I look cool while I'm smashing my hammer without any sound against you, which is kind of funny. Did they remove the loud sounds of the female orcs, or am I just not hearing them? I am unsure. Also, a nice touch is that the mobs that used to be here, that you used to kill, are all lying here because it might not be that obvious, but all of this has been crushed over by a tidal wave created by the Cataclysm, created by Deathwing, who was busting out of his little hiding spot in Deepholm. The thing about these reworked Cataclysm zones is mostly that many people who quest and play nowadays might not even remember what they looked like before they got changed by the Cataclysm, or also a possibility, weren't around or weren't playing when the old zones were still around. So this is all that most people know, so their impact is not that big anymore. And back when they announced Classic, I got super excited because I thought that would mean that we would maybe get some way to time travel, as you can do with, for example, Silithus, and see Silithus without the big sword in the middle, and add all of that for all the different zones that the Cataclysm has changed. But sadly, they didn't do that. I still hold on out for hope that they will eventually do that, but I really don't know what it is with Blizzard and old content. They don't ever give it much love now, do they? Let's end a few more sharpshooters, and I think then we are almost level 10 already, which is kind of nice, because that means that first of all we can mock some cool stuff, and also we're gonna have a few better abilities. Also, when do we get our Ghost Wolf? Oh, also with level 10. Well, ain't that convenient. Also, it doesn't look like we will hit level 10 from this, so as you can see in just a second, there is a lot of water damage in Duratar. There we go. Yeah, there didn't used to be any water here, and also all of these structures are destroyed. Again, like, this is a lot cooler if you know what these parts of the zone used to look like before that, so there is that. Oh, we need to... Ah, okay. We need to look through the spyglass 4 times. Well, these cinematics are not that impressive, but I still like that they put them in here. I mean, maybe you can already see where Blizzard started to overuse little cutscenes a little bit. Because mind you, before that, we had exactly 2 cinematics, and those were both from Wrath of Lich King, and one was the Wrathgate cinematic, and the other was the Fall of the Lich King, and that was it. And they were revolutionary. And even though I definitely approve of a few uses of cutscenes, I feel like especially in the latest expansions, the last few 3 or 4, they definitely overused them quite a bit. Alrighty, you know what? Change of plan. We're gonna help all these people that we just saw through our spyglass. Why not? Hello, Misha. Oh, I don't know what this quest is referring to, and that's kind of sad because I bet it's kind of funny if you remember what the old Durotar was like. And also, why not absolutely demolish this pet tamer with our level 25 pets? Alright, let's hope that these crocolisk drop more than 1 or 2 teeth. Tooth Gnasher, come here. Oh, 29. Alright, I mean, that shouldn't take too long to accomplish, right? Ripped from the smiles of a crocolisk. That sounds kind of hardcore. I'm gonna use a lightning bolt underwater. Very smart. And it doesn't even kill them. Hi. I hope I didn't promise you too much when I said that Shaman is truly the worst to level up from 1 to 10. Like, if you want to do yourself a favor, just choose one of the allied races and be done with it. Like, not that it's super bad, but this is definitely not one of these classes that can win a speedrun competition, let's put it that way. Oh yeah, but no longer, baby, because that is a level up, and you know what we're gonna do now. We're gonna instantly click on enhancement. Even though I know that it's gonna take some time before we know actually a few good spells, but we already know Chain Lightning and Maelstrom Weapon, which is very important. And why not just instantly learn Flurry? Sure. And on level 11, we're gonna learn Storm Strike, which is really cool because Storm Strike is maybe one of the coolest spell in World of Warcraft. Alright, let's see. Did we... No, we did... Oh no, it didn't learn anything. Well, but we can now wear 2 one-handers, which looks very cool. I always love dual-wielding classes. So let's see how much... Oh, yeah. Alright, that's... That's a lot faster. Let me quickly put us into some cool attire, and then we're gonna continue our little killing mission. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I just changed our set from the D1 to the D2, so that's why we're now wearing a different hue. And also, I put on my weapons that I got from logging in during the release of the Warcraft movie back in Warlords of Draenor, I think. Yeah, we got the cool Gul'dan staff on Horde side and also these axes. And the Alliance also got some really neat transmog, and I really hope that maybe one day they're gonna make them available for everyone, because I still think that stuff like this is so stupid that not everyone can have it, especially like with this promotion stuff. Man, what makes me so special that I have this, but for example my fiance is never allowed to have these items? I can tell you what made me so special. I've been playing longer, makes me a really cool person. Yeah, sure, why not? Come on, we're just gonna finish all these quests for helping the people. And also I was just so confused that I only have Flame Tongue weapon, but yeah, we're gonna need some skill points before we can skill Wind Fury weapon, the other weapon enchantment of the Shaman that makes them very special. And what do we have to do? We have to return Wayward Plain Striders. Ah, there's one. Attack until they flee. Okay, let me guess, I have to attack them very careful so I don't... Yeah, so I don't kill them. Alright. Yeah, there is something of the enhancement Shaman that is quite cool. You are an absolute killing machine. Like, this is the spec that just hits the enemy so fast that they might not even realize that they've been killed. That's my best description of the enhancement Shaman. Okay, very, very careful. Easy does it. Ah, okay. I'm not even sure if we can kill them. And this is the Maelstrom weapon that we learned. Boom. Yeah, we can gather like 10 stacks of that, and with each 5 stacks, we can instantly cast either Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt. And yes, after I talked very long about how I think that everyone should be allowed to mock these weapons, I mount up on a mount that also not everybody has. But sue me, okay? I'm just so happy to live the orc life again and to be in full orc attire and use orc mounts. I can't believe that they let you be stuck with Primal Strike for even 1 level longer. I hate that ability so much. And with the first 10 levels in our bag and finally some more battle power acquired, I'm gonna end today's episode right here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, then please consider leaving a like or a comment. It helps and I appreciate it so much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing that as well. I'm actually kind of excited to try out this Shaman. I haven't played Shaman in so freaking long. Like I said, the last time was definitely during Wenthier Shaman times, so that's been quite a hot minute since that was the way to go. And I invite you to join me on this. However far we're gonna come, I don't know yet, but we'll find out. And with all of that being said, see you in the next episode. Until then, bye bye!